All is set, glittering, inviting, and a mixture of colors to the delight of the venue that make the night his special one. Ibraheemm at 65. It is a celebration of a man who has distinguished himself as an entrepreneur par excellence with proven track records. The luxurious and elaborate birthday dinner of Dr. Abdulwahab Adebayo Awa Ibraheem is at the expense of the former Ghanaian president, John Mahama, in faraway Ghana and the capital city of Accra. Guests began arriving in pairs and groups late into the night to celebrate Ibraheemm at 65. Soon the pathway is cleared for the celebrant who is in company of his family to receive his guests and join them for a toast into the night.
Congratulations, happy birthday to you. Ibraheemm. Congratulations, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Ọba tí yóò ṣẹ̀bí lálẹ́ gbogbo ọba àdúgbò akéwùsà gbogbo àfa àwa ọlọ́jọ́ ìbí máa tẹ̀sẹ̀ nítọ̀ fún aláàjì lọ́tọ̀ àbúrò Adébáyọ̀ ọmọ Ibraheemm wọ́n ní happy birthday to you o happy birthday to you o. ọmọ ọlọ́jọ́ fún òbí sọ. ọkọ̀ alájà kò jẹ́ Adébáyọ̀ Ìdàmì. Akérúṣọlá gbogbo ọ̀fọ̀. Happy birthday to you. Ẹni á ṣe púpọ̀ púpọ̀ tó bá gbọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Àláwùlù ṣoore tó kọ̀ fún ẹ. Àwa ìwọ ọ̀run ní sáà.
Now that His Excellency is here, and then the birthday boy training at 65 and doing your golf business, you're also here, we will invite the God Most High to come and take his place.
نية عين كل والد ومولود الذي تفرد في التعداد وتوحد بالعظمة في الأعزال والآباء. والصلاة والسلام على المرموز في سر قوله تعالى: كنت كنزا مخفيا لم أعرف فأحببت أن أعرف فخلقت الخلق فبي يعرفوني.
As the birthday celebration kicks off, Ghana is electrified by performances by a mixture of Ghanaian and Nigerian artists.
So you can search for it on YouTube. Very beautiful videos. And it celebrates the power of an African woman. Okay? And how we have the capacity to wrap a man around our fingers. Yeah. When we say yes, it is yes. When we say no, it is no. That's the power of an African woman. So Afro Magic. Should we go? Listen. Said he never doubt my skills. I did high on custom bills. Got him paying all my bills, yeah. See, I got him all confused when I'm abusing all these moves. Cause he likes the way I do, yeah. Fast and slow, on top of below. I'm a DJ on the floor. I kill them all when I'm on the road. We talk on the phone, said he ain't had this before. I said, boy, I'm
want to say I really do appreciate and admire this celebrant. He is a very, very humble man. Can we please put our hands together for him again once more? He's a very, very, very humble man. First time I met him, he was so humble. I didn't even know he was the one we came to celebrate. I was even the one advising him. I said, oh God, don't worry, your life will be better, okay? For the fact that you're a driver today doesn't mean life will not be better. Don't worry yourself. Just take these 10 CDs, manage it. I didn't know he was the one holding my balance. Until they got to formally introduce him to me. I'd like to advise people. You see, it is important for you to travel. Just travel. Even if you don't know where you're going to, just travel.
go to the airport, book a flight to anywhere, just go somewhere, travel. Because I've been opportune to travel to at least, let's say, 12, 13 local governments in Lagos State, and I've seen that it's a very good thing to travel. You know those people shouting at people every time, saying, do you know where I've been to? Do you know? I got to understand that they've not been anywhere. They've only traveled for a very long time. You know, in Nigeria, there are places you go to for 8 hours. You're still on the road. So by the time you get to where you're going to, you must have passed like 7 or 6 states. So I noticed that that's what gives them that confidence to shout anyhow. You know where I've been to, you know where I've been to, and all that. If I hadn't traveled to Ghana, besides, it's my first time in Ghana, please put your hands together for me. If I haven't traveled down here, I wouldn't have known that there are people who are actually darker than I am. Because when I got here, I got to realize that I'm an albino. You know, I ordered an Uber. When the Uber came, I didn't see anybody inside. The car just came and parked in front of me. And I was wondering, I said, these people are already in 2035. Cars move on their own. It was when I put on the torchlight on my phone, I saw there was somebody there. And the guy was as dark as that. So you see, before I go further, I'd like to say it's indeed a very great honor to meet you, sir, former president of Ghana. You're a very humble man from what I see. Yeah, in Nigeria we like humble people. Yeah, if you are not humble, the country will humble you. That's how Nigeria is. He's a very humble man. I like you. But before I go, I'll come and take a picture with you, sir. Yeah, so my children will know that I hustled. So they will know I tried. You see, wherever I go, I like to always, introduce myself properly. Like when I came here, I saw the surprises on your faces. When I first got hold of the mic, I saw that so many of you were very surprised. You were looking shocked in a way. You're not used to this kind of face. Understand? I look a little bit too hard for you. I understand. It's my disability. Everybody has their own disability in life, and this is mine, and I've accepted it. My face is even better now. In case you don't know, my face is better now. I'm now handsome. If you see me 10 years ago, you wouldn't want your children to come anywhere close to me. My face was that hard. My face was explaining to people all the time that all is not well. That was how hard my face was, like 10 years ago. But because of my face used to put me into problems that I didn't even plan for. I'll just stay on my own. Police people will come to our house and arrest me. And they said I look like I have bad plans. And they arrest me for no reason. They just come and pick me, just like that. There was once we were traveling, we're in a bus. We got to an army checkpoint. One guy seated behind me, he just shouted, "I'm running late, my friend." It's not like the army people didn't see the guy. They saw him and they knew he was the one who said it. But they came and started beating me. They said I look like I'm happy for what the guy said. Just like that. I was just entering into one problem to another. Just like that. Once they arrested my elder brother, and I went to the station to bail him. So they released him and then arrested me. And they said the last criminal the court told them that they shouldn't worry, that somebody who is worse than him will come. So they are feeling it's me. That's how bad my situation was. And now people will see me today and they are still surprised. The one that annoyed me most was when armed robbers came to rob in our compound. They even started the robbery from our house. They robbed from our house. They robbed every single house in that compound. I used my own phone and my own airtime to call police. When they came, they checked everywhere, and then the DPO called me and said, come. He now took me to one corner. He said, tell me the truth. How many of you came to rob? I said, sir, was the one who called me? He said, yeah, that's how they call us. The guilty people, they call police fast ones. That's how they call us. So just, in fact, I'm talking to you, remove your mask, let me see your face very well. I said, sir, this is my face. He said, that's not your face, that's your mask. Remove your mask. You know that even when I was younger, when I was in primary school, because of how I look, my teacher would just come into the class and she would tell everybody, she'd say, class, draw me a monkey. And then everybody would start looking at me. Some of them are so wicked, they won't tell me, don't shake, don't shake. Stay like that, don't shake. If I mistake, I won't like you, just do it. It was not bad. And because of how I looked, when my teacher would ask a question in the class, whether I know it or not, I'm always the one she points to answer. Just because of how I looked. She would come to the class and she would ask us, who can tell me the vice president of Rwanda? Ladies and gentlemen, even the president of Rwanda doesn't know the vice's name. He calls him my vice. She would ask a little boy like me to tell her the vice president of Rwanda. And then I'll get up and I'll tell her, auntie, I have no idea. And then she'll tell the whole class to start insulting me. Everybody will be insulting me. Stupid boy, your daddy's wasting money. You won't go far in life. I got so upset and I got into an agreement with my friend. I said, guy, from today, any question this woman asks, whether we know it or not, we'll always raise our hands up. Yes, because I noticed that the people who raise their hands up, she doesn't call them. She calls me and my friend who keeps our hands down. So we agreed we are going to be raising our hands up. From that day, it was working for us. She would come into the class, she would say, in the year 1790, we just raise our hand, and then she would look at us, she would be like, wow, you guys are picking up. Now, I like this, and then she would call someone else, and then I told my friend, you see, it's working. It's working. It was like that until the day God decided to punish us. She came into the class and she wrote on the board, students, today we're going to be talking about medicine. And under medicine, we'll be discussing pharmacy. Now, who can tell me what a pharmacy? I just raised my hand again. Now, how God caught me that day. In the whole of that class, I was the only one who raised my hand that day. Everybody's hand went down. And then she looked at me. She said, you mean you know what a pharmacy is? I was still looking at her, I didn't answer her. She said, wow. So you mean in the whole of this class, nobody else knows what a pharmacy is? Only this boy? You guys, are you this dumb? Young man, come outside. I was still standing there looking at them. She said, I'm talking to you, come outside. And then I told my friend, she's talking to you. She said, no, you with your hand up, come outside. And then I told myself, oh, a man can only die once. And then I went out. When I stood there, she said, for you to be the only student who knows what a pharmacy is in this class, take this cane, flog everybody, 12 strokes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you see flog that day, I started from that my friend who refused to raise his hand too. I flogged and flogged. I flogged. The thing got into me. I nearly went to the next class to flog. I flogged everybody and then I gave her the cane. I was going to sit down. She now said, no, come back. Now come and tell your friends what a pharmacy is. I came back and I was looking at her. She said, go on, tell them what a pharmacy is. I said, auntie, any need? Since I flogged them, let's just forget about it. She said, my friend, don't joke with me. Tell your friends what a pharmacy is. By then, the whole class was quiet. They were all looking at me as if it was a seminar. Everybody was looking at me, and then I started explaining. I said, well, you see, the pharmacy. In the pharmacy, inside the pharmacy. That is where you have the pharmacy. But you see, this pharmacy, it's not really looking like a pharmacy. But you and I know that this is a pharmacy. Oh, pharmacy. Everybody was confused. And at the end I said, God bless the pharmacy. She kept me there and everybody had to come and flog me back. Ladies and gentlemen, I was opportune to go for a comedy competition in Nigeria and I won. I won and they gave me 1.5 million naira. Don't clap. The money didn't change anything in my life. Give me 1.5 million naira. The money refused to change my situation. When the money came and met my family problem, the money too was shocked. And after that, I had to go for another competition. I went, I won again, and they gave me 1 million naira. That was when I got to know that money can bring people close to you. You know, my dad died since 2015. And never for a day have I ever seen his ghost or anything. But since I won that money, my dad has been appearing to me every day in my dream. He'll come and he'll tell me he just wants to check up on me. I said, am I the only one you gave birth to? Can't you check on other children? Always checking up on me. When my dad was at my age, his brothers told me that when he was at my age, he used to squat a lot with friends. That my dad squatted and squatted to a point he even forgot he had rented the house. He kept squatting and squatting and squatting to a point, even when my dad died, there was no grave to bury him. We had to squat him with somebody who was getting buried that day too. And then I also noticed that even in the spirit world, he might be squatting. Because whenever he appears to me, he doesn't spend more than 5 minutes, he goes back. He doesn't want a situation whereby the owner of the house locks him outside. You know that. My name is Aproko. I'd like to hand over the mic to the MC right now. Thank you very much.
Please come. Where do you live?
I live in Nigeria.
Where do you stay?
I stay where money is.
Please give him a resounding round of applause. Do it better. An intelligent comedian. There's a difference between where you live and where you stay.
Dr. Ibraheemm Akesola adúpẹ́ fún Olódùmarè ọba tó sọ ìdọ́jọ́ òní ọmọ alájà ojú ọlágbé ìgbà ọdún kan olúwa Olódùmarè á máa ṣàfọ́rí yín ọkọ Mojísọ́lá ọkọ Mọ́táyọ̀mí ẹ̀lẹ́ bàbá tọ́pẹ́ bàbá ọpẹ́yẹmí bàbá ojú ọlágbé bàbá Musa bàbá Fáìdà bàbá Bùsí ṣe bí ọ̀bà nílé bàbá ẹ̀yìn tó bí lọ́mọ ẹ̀yìn lọ́mọ ọlọ́bà mẹ́jọ ọ̀làlọ́mí ọmọ abíṣújú ọgọ́ ìjà kátàkìtì lóru ọ̀fà ìjà kan tí wọ́n jà lọ́fà ó sojú ọlọ́fà ìbásojú ọlọ́fà àtàwọn ó sojú èbè nígboro ìbásojú ọlọ́fà àtàwọn ọmọ láàrẹ búrẹ́ ọkọ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ dùkàn ọkọ̀ bá dùkàn nílé ọlọ́fà ogun ní kó wọn kéré. ọlọ́fà mẹ́jọ ọlálọ́mí ọmọ abísúdáraga ọmọ láàrẹ búre ọkọ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ dùkàn. ìgbà tí wọ́n ń jà lọ́fà mo kápọ́ mo kádà mo sì kó mọ́ ọlálọ́mí ó ní akọ́ kìí ṣe ìjà tilé bàbá òun. ìgbà tó dé lẹ́ẹ̀kejì wọ́n ní wọ́n fẹ́ jà lọ́fà mo kápọ́ mo kọ́fà mo kádà mo mẹ́tì tù mo sì gbé gan ọlálọ́mí ní ìjà yìí jẹ́ sílé bàbá àwọn ìgbà tó délé kẹta tí wọ́n fẹ́ jà lọ́fà òtún ká kó mo kàdá mo gbé gan ọlálọ́mí ní ìjà yìí kì í ṣe sílé bàbá àwọn ìjà kí ló wá jẹ́ kí àtìlé bàbá rẹ ó ní òun lọ́mọ àpàpàkókó òun lọ́mọ àpàpàkókó ọmọ àpàpàkókó abọ́nìwìdìmú ọmọ ìtúgára tí a gbére ẹ̀lẹ́ mi ò ní sálà ìyálé bàbá wa kábíyèsí bẹ̀rìkínò ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ lọ́rin àfọ̀já ẹnúdù ti yọ ẹ̀sọ́ ní Ìlọrin o ẹ̀sọ́ ní Ìlọrin o Ìlọrin àfọ̀já ẹ̀sọ́ ní Ìlọrin ẹ̀sọ́ ní Ìlọrin o ẹ̀sọ́ ní Ìlọrin o Ìlọrin àfọ̀já ẹ̀sọ́ ní Ìlọrin Ìlọrin àfọ̀já ẹnúdù ti yọ àwọn ẹ̀dọ́ lágbàgbé ni wọ́n gbé ọmọ akẹ́ ọbẹ̀rú ọmọ àṣàdúrà gbọ́rọ̀ àrílòpó láyájú ọmọ ọdún eégún búra tó bá dénú górí bàkà gbọ́ra tó bá dé bẹ̀rẹ̀ lábẹ́láwá búra bó dáàfin ọba ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́ ọmọ òkókòrò bíi ti kọ́ bíi ti ọmọ òkókòrò bíi ti kọ́ bíi ti ọmọ òkó tí ọ̀gbọ́nà ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká fi dáná ọmọ náà tí ọ̀gbọ́nà ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká fi fóònù ọmọ omi tí ọ̀gbọ́nà ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká fọ́ mọ́lí lẹ́mu ọmọ nílé tí ò gbọ́nà lọ́yọ̀ọ́ àpẹ̀já lọ́mọdé tí ò gbọ́nà ọmọ ọmọ nílé arúgbó lómi okùn náà làpẹ̀já lọ tí ò padà wálé mọ́ nábì sọ pé Ìlọrin àpẹ̀jẹ́ ẹnu nìjì yọ ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ ẹ̀dẹ̀ ẹjọ́ fún ẹ̀dẹ̀ ẹ̀fọ́kún bàbá yín láti ọ̀pọ̀ ọmọdé ẹ̀dẹ̀ ẹjọ́ fún ọ̀dẹ̀ ẹ̀fọ́kún bàbá yín láti ọ̀pọ̀ ọmọdé wọ́n kẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ làwọn pẹ́pẹ́yẹ ńlọ́fọ̀ wọ́n lọ pẹ́jọ́là wọ́n lọ rẹ́ rajá wọ́n lajá jẹ́ni wọ́n gbájá tà wọ́n lè rẹ́ rọ̀bọ wọ́n lọ bọ́ lọ́sọ̀ wọ́n gbọ́ bọ́tà wọ́n lọ rẹ̀ rọ̀ ní wọ́n ní kọ́ọ̀dù ogun yan wọ́n ní apá ọ̀dù ọ̀rẹ́ yan wọ́n ní kọ́ọ̀dù òròkà wọ́n ní apá ọ̀dù òròkà ọ̀rọ̀ ní bàbá yìí sọ fún àwọn ọ̀dọ́jọ́ sí bọ́bá tí odò tó ń bì lọ́wọ́ ikú ọ̀làdùn òun mi lórí òde bí ọ̀dọ́ mo sì bá mi dápẹ́dápẹ́ ọba ní mo tó láyé lọ́kọ̀ ọba jẹ́ lórí ògbógbó ìdílé Ibraheemm ni mo wò títí tí mo gbórí ìtọ́júmọ̀rẹ́ orí tó bá fẹ́ jáde inú agẹrẹdẹ ní tí wọ́n wá ọrùn tó bá fẹ́ ní ti gbà bàbẹ̀ inú agẹrẹdẹ náà ní kẹ́ wá olúwa ló fi ń tọba látòdì ọ̀run kábíyèsí wọ́n ní orí tó bá fẹ́ jáde inú agẹrẹdẹ ní ti wá ọrùn tó bá fẹ́ yìí níta lẹ̀kẹ̀ inú agẹrẹdẹ náà ní ti wá níṣẹ́ ni bàbá bọ́ ní adébà látọ̀run tàtọ̀ fún sọ̀sì ẹbí kálẹ́rù pípọ̀ wọ́ olúwa ló ṣe fẹ́ tó bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọdínú ni báni màlúdà ẹ̀rù ọba ni mo bà ọba tó tó bí àró ọba tó ẹ̀rù ọba ni mo bà ọjọ́ òkùnkùn àṣọ ẹṣẹ́ mo dúpẹ́ kábíyèsí ẹ̀yin náà lọ́mọ Ìlọrin àpẹ̀dá lódùdúrọ̀ ìjọba ẹ̀rọ lágbàgbé ni wọ́n gbé ọmọ ìjọ bẹ̀rù ọmọ òkè Ìbàdàn nílé ọdún jọ̀lé nídìí ẹrù ní jẹ́jà ní ọdún ẹ̀lẹ́ ọmọ apáta mẹ́jà ọmọ pípẹ́ bí ìgbàlá látẹ̀lẹ́ gbọ́kọ́dà tó pèrè ta ẹ̀lẹ́ ọmọ Ìbàdàn nílé ọdún jọ̀lé ọmọ ajẹ̀fíjẹ̀ kára mú ọmọ abìkára ń fọ́ọ̀rí mú ẹ̀bá gbọ́mọ òkè láti. Lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹni tó wá ní pátápátá gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ ẹ̀sọ̀ kèrè wá ẹ̀ ní tó lórí gúrúpù ọmọ ìgbà pàṣẹ bá ń lọ náà bá ṣe kọ́kọ́ tán ànílò fún àbámọ̀ ẹ ṣe mo dúpẹ́ gbogbo ọlọ́jọ́ bí bàbá àwọn ọlọ́jọ́ bí ẹ ṣe àtẹ̀yí sàmọ́dún ẹni tẹ́ ẹsẹ̀ 65 ẹsẹ̀ 80 ẹsẹ̀ 100 ẹsẹ̀ 120 lágbára ọlọ́run ló bá ikú òní kẹyìn lágbára ọlọ́run máa lò tí ó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé ta ló kọrin ẹ̀rù lóyìn bàbá ẹ sọ pé ọ̀nà tó jẹ́ Ọlábàmíjì ni èmi Ọlábàmíjì Ìdògbé ló kọrin èyí sọ̀rọ̀.
Moves it and leaves it here. I tell you there's so much voltage and resistance in it. Amazing. That's how come automatically they sold it with a big pocket. Give him a resounding round of applause. Do it better, do it better, do it better. Thank you very much.
The celebrant, all protocol observed. I stand here this evening on behalf of the Yoruba King of Ghana, Oba Hamza Perigno Brahma VIII, to read this congratulatory message to the celebrants on the occasion of his 56th birthday. May Allah prolong his life. Do I hear you say Amen or not? We members of the very large Yoruba community of Ghana are excited about your visit to your second home, which auspiciously coincides with your 65th birthday. We are hosting this program under the authority of Oba Hamza Perigno Brahma VIII, who wishes you many happy returns. On his behalf and that of the members of the Yoruba community in Ghana, I say, Emma Uleo, Akwaba, Sendezwa, and happy birthday. We have followed your steady progress ever since you departed Ghana to sojourn in Nigeria, the land of our ancestors, and are happy to state that we are proud of you. Your steadfastness over the years, from the time you started your education to where you have reached today, should be a source of inspiration to the younger generations. At a time when role models are in short supply, the story about your life stands you as an appropriate model worthy of being presented to our children, whom we want to emulate your shining example so that they can grow and become like you in future. Dr. Adebayo, your philanthropy has touched many lives, both in Ghana and in Nigeria. This we acknowledged. May the Almighty Allah grant you long life and good health, so you can continue to bring smiles to the faces of the distressed and the needy. Our committee, as you know, is a large one, and we undertook social activities such as marriages, funerals, and others frequently. Such functions bring us together and provide us with the opportunity to keep alive our culture. Without such activities, our children and subsequent generations will lose touch with the Yoruba culture. We suffer from one major handicap, which is transportation. We will appreciate it highly if you show us your characteristic generosity by providing us with a bus to facilitate our movement in both Ghana and Nigeria when the need arises. Dr. Adebayo, we count on you to do this for us as we pray to God to continue to exalt you even beyond your imagination. God be with you and many happy returns. As the Yorubas will say, Iba ọdún, ọjọ́ ọdún kan, ẹgbẹ́ o, ẹ̀dàgbà, ẹ̀jù bàbá lọ. Àdéhùn bá lo, àrìnàkórí o, àkòyà igi o, kàríkàyọ̀ ní ṣègbè o, òkè ní ṣòkòkò láàtà o, kàríkàyọ̀ ní ṣògbè lápẹ̀tẹ̀, nítorí gbogbo ẹyẹ ní ọdún tó gbà ẹgbà yìí lágbára Ọlọ́run, ẹ̀ní tẹ́, ẹ̀ní tí, ẹ̀ní kàbákò. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Father Ibraheemm. Jade Alaji Awa. Happy birthday, Father Ibraheemm. And there are lots of people. fónílé, ó ṣe fàlejò ọkọ àṣàkẹ́mi jẹ́mílá. Wọlé Àyìndé aláṣọ funfun, ó ṣe fónílé, ó ṣe fàlejò ọkọ àṣàkẹ́mi jẹ́mílá. Jẹ́mílá. Daddy! Jó fún mi ooo. Ẹ̀ka jó fún mi. Jó fún mi. Daddy! Happy birthday to you, Daddy Ibraheemm. Happy birthday to you, Daddy Ibraheemm. Àyìndé aláṣọ ó ṣe fónílé, ó ṣe fàlejò ọkọ àṣàkẹ́mi jẹ́mílá. Jẹ́mílá. Daddy Àyìndé aláṣọ funfun, ó ṣe fónílé, ó ṣe fàlejò ọkọ àṣàkẹ́mi jẹ́mílá. Jẹ́mílá. Ah, Daddy. Hey. Ready? Give me. Oh yeah. Jó fún mi. Daddy, jó fún mi o. Jó fún mi o. Yeah, jó fún mi. Jó fún mi. Daddy ní kò jó fún mi sẹ́. Jó fún mi sẹ́. Jó fún mi o. Joe for me sad, so I'm singing. Age regrets, Daddy. Age regrets. Age repeats, my daddy. Age repeats, oh. Age regrets, Daddy. Age regrets. Age repeats, Daddy. Age repeats, oh. I say you shall want to.
Friends and associates of the celebrant took turns to enunciate some of his rare qualities.
He's a very loyal and firm friend, and he's an astute businessman, and he marks the business entrepreneurship that can exist between Ghana and Nigeria. He's invested in Nigeria, he employs people in Nigeria. He's invested in Ghana, he employs people here in Ghana. And I believe that that's the way to go. Instead of always looking outwards, out of the continent, looking for investment to come in, I believe that there are people who have investment portfolios that they can, straddle countries other than just their own. Of course, there are big boys like Dangote and UBA and all, Tony Lumelu and all those people. But even at the medium level, like Chief Brimo, I think that there are people who can invest in more African countries. And if we did that, it would boost our economies much faster than currently looking outside to Europe and America alone to seek investment.
He's done so much in the world of business, and when you see a former president of a country host a man, he has left everything to host this man from Nigeria. You must know he's a great man. And I am very honored to be here. I went to Lagos this morning. I had to rush back to join in this celebration. That's how important Alhaji is to everybody. He's a very, very wise man. He's a very upright man, very honest. He has integrity, and he's a very loyal friend to know. I mean, the former president talks to Ibraheemm all the time that this is one friend who will stand by you through thick and thin. And that to me is very important. And that is why some of us would come and sit down just to honor him.
Brimo is a wonderful human being. He is a philanthropist by excellence, jolly good fellow, and humility by excellence.
Alhaji Awa is an enigma. One thing that I like most about him is his humility and simplicity. I honestly look forward and striving to be like him in that regard. He's somebody whose humility and simplicity, in spite of what he has achieved in life, is still something that trips me every time.
Good friend of us, is our client as well, and he's a good man. Okay? I wish you the best to him.
He's an international personality. Okay? He's known worldwide, all right? Which is why we are able to come to Ghana today to felicitate with him. He's a great man. He's a man of honor. He's a man of great respect. So we have all come here to celebrate with him and to wish him well. He's trustworthy and he's extremely honest to a fault. And hardworking as well. I've been privileged to work with him very closely, and I couldn't imagine that as young as I am and as old as he is, well, 65 years young, okay? He was still able to almost like outrun me in the kind of assignment that we were doing together then. I'm privileged to have him as a mentor, apart from the fact that, he's my overall boss as well.
He's a complete gentleman, a very honest man, a lover of peace, and somebody that enjoys helping others and creating employment for people. If we have many like him around, the world will be a better place.
Because he's a nice man, he's a very humble man. So I'm so happy with him. We wish him long life, prosperity, and progress in all his doing.
Our Ibraheemm has a lot of business prowesses, plenty. Again, he's combining it with charity, very charitable. He's a wonderful person, both in business and in ordinary life. It's wonderful.
I've known this man for over 30 years, so I watched him grow. He's a human being. There's a lot of people get involved in making money and they lose track of their friends. He never does. There's one person that I know, but the friends he had, he still has. And it takes a lot of resilience to have that. Very few people are like that.
be the Yoruba community. We are invited to be here this night to celebrate the marking of another additional of the year to his year.
How are Ibraheem? I met him not too long ago, and a very humble man. That is, in spite of everything that he has achieved in life, you see him, and if you don't, he doesn't boast. He's very simple, very humble indeed, and ready to help everybody, even people he doesn't know.
He has a large heart. He's a gentleman to the core. He cares deeply, for people. When you walk with him or you stay with him, you cannot but be impressed by, his sense of commitment to the things that he believes in. I find him to be an extraordinary individual, and even at his age, he's extremely, hardworking.
The celebrant is a very good man. He's the chairman of our company, Oak Pensions Limited, in Lagos. He's very versatile, very unassuming human being. We love working with him.
He's a man of integrity. He's a man that everybody should look up to as a role model.
I'm happy for him. 65 is no mean achievement, and he's done a lot for himself in life. And wish him many more years ahead.
Family members were also on hand to share their warm thoughts about Ibraheem.
God has blessed my husband, kept him till today, and I believe that God will continue to keep him for many, many years to come. So I'm a very happy woman.
He's a great man. In a short word, he's a great man. If I say somebody is a great man, it encompasses everything I know about his attitude to people. He's a humanitarian, he's a philanthropist, he's a God-fearing person. Like I've always been saying, you cannot be sad and go to him. You will smile by the time you leave his place.
Our Ibraheem has been a friend for well over 40-something years ago. Precisely, he's been a nice, jolly, good friend. A brother, a philanthropist per excellence, a giver, and God-fearing person. He has been somebody you can rely on. That's one or two important virtues. You can rely on him, he's a giver, and he's there for you.
The high point of the well-attended birthday dinner is the cutting of cake by the celebrant, Dr. Abdul Wahab Adebayo Awa Ibraheem.
Thank everybody who has taken time off this evening to be with us to honor a friend and a brother, a friend to our family and a friend to our country, Ghana. Everybody knows the symbiotic relationship that exists between Ghana and Nigeria. It says that when Nigeria sneezes, Ghana gets a cold. And it looks like they are twins of the same mother. Political events and economic events, whatever happens in Nigeria eventually happens in Ghana. And we met remote through my sister Sherry and her husband Bisi, who has still refused to pay his Akunta dues. In Ghana, Akunta dues is the money that your brother-in-law pays to the in-laws, the brothers, who have looked after their sister for him to get her to marry. And he still refused to pay. He asked us to give it to him on credit up to now. After many years, he is still refusing to pay. And so anybody who can help us to retrieve our Akunta dues, I put you on notice to help us. But we met Remo. He's very well developed, established, chartered accountant, doing a lot of work Nigeria. And I asked him, I said, oh, well, Ghana has a lot of investment opportunities too. Would you want to take a look at Ghana? And he said, yes. Okay. And he said, yes, he'll pay a visit and see. And so he came, the early things he tried to do didn't materialize. But he's not a person who gives up easily. And so aside from what brought him initially, that he wanted to invest in, he saw other opportunities, and he made very good investments. And that's what we want to see. That is the promotion of investments in Africa amongst ourselves. We must not only look outwards to China and Europe and USA, but to mobilize resources and invest in each other's countries. And so if there's any symbol of that kind of intra-African investment and business acumen, then that person is the one standing just next to me, our friend and brother Alaji Brimo. We call him Chief Brimo. And so Brimo, today is your day, 65 years. It's not an easy milestone to meet. But I must say that we must celebrate you because you've lived a full life. You're a self-made person. You have pulled yourself up by your bootstraps without any favors from anybody. And I want to say how much we all respect you. And on behalf of the Mahama family, you become a friend to almost all my brothers and siblings, and that's why many of them are here today. I want to say happy birthday to you. And they say beside, not behind, every successful man is a woman. It's a beautiful and hardworking woman. So Haja, I want to congratulate you too. Today is your day. You share the same blessings as your husband. And Lodina is Brimo's girlfriend, and this is her rival. And so she's always quarreling with her over Brimo. But I told Brimo, her husbands are so many that, I mean, you have to ask what number you are. You are probably number 101. And so on this occasion, we wish him every success. And we will help him to cut his cake. As you all know, he's an avid golfer. He likes to play golf. And I'm now about to start learning. And I think I should learn because several times as president, I've been to places where you meet important people and they want to have a discussion over golf. And they find it very strange that I'm president and I don't know how to play golf because it looks like it's a pastime for presidents and top politicians. I went to Japan and I was supposed to have a tete-a-tete with the Japanese Prime Minister. And it was scheduled for a meeting room in the morning. And then that evening they came and asked, do you play golf? I said, no, why? He said, the Prime Minister wants to change your meeting so that you hold a meeting while playing golf. And I regretted very much that I didn't play golf. I wish Brimo was there so that Brimo would play on my behalf and I'll be following him. But it's taught me a lesson. I've got golf clubs, I've got shoes, I've got gloves, everything. You think I'm a professional golfer. So finally I have to start learning. And I'm sure Brimo will be my teacher. I mean, your handicap is far above mine, but I'll start from somewhere. So thank you very much, and happy birthday.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we'll go straight to the cutting of the cake. I'd like the celebrant to please place his hand on the knife.
Which one do we cut? This one or this one? This one, this one. This one.
Oh, so you want to cut the golf?
The golf one.
Yeah, cut the golf cut. I'd also like the, okay, she's already there. And then the rest can support, just place your hands up. That's it. All right. At the spelling of 3. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the celebrant at 65.
The celebrant and his wife later took the dancing floor to the delight of the evening guests.
Happy birthday to you, congratulations. Happy birthday to you. Ẹni tó lé bọ́lẹ̀ yìí ní ìjàdùlá bí lára wájú ọlọ́jọ́ ìbí máa gbọ́dọ̀ ní kọ̀kọ́ tó bára mú mi díẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ ti gòkè gbogbo olúwa ló gbé ọ̀gá. Alájí ìbí gbogbo mo dẹ̀ ti gòkè gbogbo olúwa ló gbé ọ̀gá. Lọ́lá olúwa òdìrẹ́ rẹ̀ mo ti gòkè gbogbo olúwa ló gbé ọ̀gá. Ọkọ̀ Jẹ́mílá ṣàkẹ́ ìlọsíwájú ọkọ̀ wọn níyàwó ẹ̀ ní kábí wọ́n ti gòkè gbogbo. Lọ́lá olúwa òní nílẹ̀ mo ti gòkè gbogbo olúwa ló gbé ọ̀gá. Àlàfẹ́ tí yóò fẹ́ lọ. Ẹ̀yọ́ ojú Ṣẹ̀rífátù ló lọ́wọ́ lọ́wọ́ ó sanwó ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ ó ní bàbá dáadáa ní bímọ pé kèrè bá fi dúpẹ́. Ẹ̀wọ̀n bá mi lọ ẹ̀wọ̀n bá mi lọ ó lè gbé àkàrà nípa bímọ bí mi lọ wọ́n mú lójú ẹ̀jẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ìdílé mọ́tò. Ó ṣe àwọn àtọwọ́lá afúnilẹ́gbẹ́ mọ́kò bẹ̀ àṣìkáná òyìnbó ẹlẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yọ lẹ́jẹ̀ gbogbo bàbá wọn lọ Ṣẹ̀rífátù àwọn oṣù oúnjẹ ńlá ọ̀pá mi ni àlóyá oníkọ̀rẹ́ ìsìnkú ìnáwó ó bá omi jẹ́ orí tó wọ́n ṣe orí mọ́ nígbà lágbára lọ́wọ́ ó yẹ ẹ̀sùn bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Wáyé ṣe ń pè é ìlànà àrùn ìwé ẹ̀jú bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń pè é ìlànà àrùn ìwé ẹ̀jú bẹ́ẹ̀ aláàjì bí sí òkúrò ìgbòho rímò náwó aláàjì bí sí náwó ẹni tó wọ́n ṣe kàdí pọ̀ lóra ó yẹ kí ló máa fi dúpẹ́ ẹwà bá mi yọ ẹwà bá mi yọ lóyege àkàrà mi wá ìlọ́jú ṣe kò ní bí sí òyìnbó ọlọ́run kù ló lọ́wọ́ àbọ̀ ìkẹ́ àti ìkẹ́yẹ́lẹ́ wọ́n sanwó bí kò wọ́n bá bí kò dúpẹ́ lábọ́ ọ̀gbọ́n. Ikú má pa bí kò ro, àrùn má ṣe bí kò. Bóyá mo máa ń ṣe bí kò má bà pa ẹ̀ ò pé. Mo máa ń ṣe bí kò má bà pa ẹ̀ ò. Alájí bí sínú ó náwó ìdílé láàyè rẹ̀. Mo máa ń ṣe bí kò má bà pa ẹ̀ ò. Lọ́dínà ooo jọ bàbá. Mo máa ń ṣe bí kò má bà pa ẹ̀ ò. What shall we do today? Share Rashida Orege lẹ́wà kó bá omi kẹ́. Ọmọ tó fine tó sexy. Ìwọ ló wá síwájú wọn. Ṣàlápàdà. Rashida kúrò Rashida ìwé ìlẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Orí ìkèrè máa ń gbégbá o. Ayé alájíjí wà lóore. Ọ̀nà pọ̀ rẹ̀ ọlọ́run mọ́ra o. Kábíyèsí súnmọ́bí. Kábíyèsí olúwa. Bàṣẹ lóore. Kábíyèsí ẹ̀sùn mi. Ẹni Rashida kúrò Rashida o. Gbogbo yìí mo jáde gbogbo ṣe kárí bó ní ìjọba. Òrẹ́ lè jà o. Òrẹ́ lè jà o. Ayakima. Òrẹ́ lè jà o. Ayakima. Òrẹ́ lè jà o. Òrẹ́ lè jà o.
Very happy, very elated. I'm very happy, I must tell you that. I always do my best to satisfy myself and everybody around me.
Dr. Awa Ibraheem is a renowned businessman with business conglomerates and has done well for himself, both home and abroad. The entire management and staff of Metropolitan Broadcasting Service, owners of IATV and Impact Business Radio, wishes Dr. Ibraheem a happy birthday celebration.
Awa Ibraheem bó ti ń ṣe náà ni ó sì máa ṣe lọ. Bó ti ń ṣe náà ni ó sì máa ṣe lọ. Èèyàn máa ní ṣerú èyí ò kó máa máa lẹ́yìn. Bó ṣe ń ṣe náà ni ó sì máa ṣe lọ.
I wish him long life, abundant health and prosperity. I wish him the desires of his heart to be fulfilled by Almighty Allah.
Many more long years, more prosperity, because the more prosperity he has, the more he will invest, and happiness.
I wish him everything, long life and prosperity.
I wish him all the best and long life and prosperity.
I wish him many more happy years in good health and more fulfillment in line with his dreams for life.
We wish him long life, prosperity, and progress in all his doing.
This is a very special event, and today the guests seated here will be living with one big notion: that hard work and resilience celebrate success, and success is what we celebrate here today. From Accra here in Ghana, I am Bolabo Famous School, IATV News.
Thank you. Ibraheemm,